He declined to go to Israel for, I would describe this as like, re-education camp. We've seen it. You made an uh-oh, but we can help you. We just need you to come out to Auschwitz and take a picture. Yeah. We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to Israel and we can make this better. Charlie said no to Bibi.
We want to get to who actually murdered Charlie Kirk.
Candace Owens revealed something few expected. She says Benjamin Netanyahu personally invited Charlie Kirk to Israel and even offered him money. Charlie refused. And this wasn't coming from a stranger. Owens wasn't just another commentator, she was Charlie's closest ally. They toured campuses together, they built Turning Point USA side by side, and they trusted each other. If anyone knew what was going on behind the scenes, it was her.
He declined to go to Israel for, I would describe this as like, re-education camp. We've seen it. You made an uh-oh, but we can help you. We just need you to come out to Auschwitz and take a picture. Yeah. We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to Israel and we can make this better. Charlie said no to Bibi. Okay. Bill Ackman, if you would like to dispute that, I would love to hear what you say happened, because our sources and what we have, it's solid.
So why did Charlie turn down the offer? And could that decision have set in motion the nightmare that followed? September 10, 2025. Utah Valley University, Orem, Utah. At first, it was just another stop on Charlie Kirk's American comeback tour. Students gathered on the campus lawn, lining up for their chance to step forward and challenge him in debate. This was his trademark, the prove me wrong style that made him famous. For Charlie, it was routine. For the students, it was an opportunity. But no one knew that within minutes, this debate would spiral into chaos and end in blood. The debates began. A student stepped up and asked Charlie about mass shootings. He leaned forward, ready to respond. And then, a single, sharp crack split the air. Witnesses saw his head snap back. Blood erupted from his neck. Students screamed. Some ran, others dropped to the ground, shielding their heads, not sure if more shots were coming. Security rushed Charlie from the table, dragging him across the pavement as chaos erupted. Police swarmed the scene. His bodyguards shielded him, forcing him into a waiting vehicle. He was bleeding heavily. Every second mattered. Phone footage later revealed a chilling sight, a lone figure lying prone on the roof of the Loy Center, more than 100 meters away. The shooter fired once, then bolted across the rooftop, disappearing into the neighborhood. Hours later, a high-powered bolt-action rifle was found abandoned in a wooded area nearby. The weapon had been carefully wrapped, hidden away, waiting to be found. At first, police thought they had their men. 2 suspects were taken into custody. But both were released.
The FBI, at my direction, released the first set of images of the suspect that we captured based on our analysis on the ground.
The truth was still unclear. And then, the news everyone feared, Charlie Kirk had died at Timpanogos Regional Hospital. He was just 31 years old. A husband. A father. Survived by his wife, his daughter, and his son. The nation was stunned. President Donald Trump ordered flags lowered to half-staff. Leaders from both parties condemned the assassination. And for a brief moment, a deeply divided America was united in shock and grief.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
Charlie Kirk's rise had been meteoric. At just 18, he co-founded Turning Point USA with mentor Bill Montgomery. The goal: spread conservative values, challenge liberal narratives in classrooms, and inspire a new generation of activists. Activism grew rapidly: campus chapters, viral debates, massive conferences. Kirk had a gift: he could reach young people in a way few conservatives ever had. By 2016, he was on the national stage, aligning himself with Donald Trump, speaking at the Republican National Convention, and building a powerful network. His tours with Candace Owens and later Vivek Ramaswamy turned him into a household name. Love him or hate him, Charlie Kirk had become one of the most recognized conservative voices in America. Back in Utah, investigators pieced together what happened. The shooter had fired from the rooftop of the Loy Center. The FBI stepped in, offering a $100,000 reward. Surveillance footage, interviews, and digital evidence all pointed to one man, Tyler Robinson. According to investigators, Robinson confessed privately to his father, a veteran law enforcement officer. His father told a family friend, who went to the authorities. Days later, Robinson turned himself in, 250 miles away in St. George. But even with a confession, the mystery was far from solved. Reports surfaced of Discord messages tied to Robinson, referencing a rifle.
But Discord, which is it's a company with liabilities, responsibility, they came out and said, you're wrong. There's no chat like that. Now, maybe they're lying. I don't know. I would find it unusual that a company would be that bold to say none of that happened and you're wrong. We want to get to who actually murdered Charlie Kirk.
But Discord denied it. They said the conversations never happened. Why deny it so firmly? And in the crowd that day, some viewers claimed to see what looks like an exchange happening while Charlie answered his final question. Was it significant? Or just coincidence? And then, Candace Owens' revelation: Charlie had been offered both money and a trip to Israel by Benjamin Netanyahu. But he refused. Why did he say no? What did he know? And could it be connected to what happened in Utah? Much of this is speculation. Some may never be proven. This documentary does not claim to accuse or investigate, only to show you what has been reported, what has been claimed, and what remains unanswered. But one thing is certain: a man's life was taken. A family lost a husband, a father, a son. And America lost one of its most polarizing voices. Charlie Kirk's assassination was more than a tragedy. It was a warning. A reminder of how dangerous political violence has become in America, and how fragile the line is between debate and bloodshed. Our prayers go out to his family. If you want to see more stories like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We release videos like this every week. Until next time, have a lovely day, or a lovely evening, wherever you are.